Hi there everyone, this is Jennifer Biedermann from Biedermann Jewelry and welcome to my tutorial. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to make a link bracelet, okay, and I pulled out a couple here, or three, to show you the different varieties that you can do, okay. Now this one here is just plain links, okay. It's an 8-inch bracelet, so I use 7 links on this one. This one also is an 8-inch. It's a 20 gauge, but I put beads in the middle, beads and little bicones, sparkly bicones that you can see. And this one I used 6/0 seed beads. This one's an 8/0 seed bead. It'll only fit on a 20 gauge or smaller wire. This one here is a 6/0 seed bead, and I just put 3 in the middle. And but the beads I'm going to be using today are these. We are going to be using this 6 millimeter round bead. You can use any beads you want. This one is 8 millimeter. It's a little bit bigger or larger. Okay, it's whatever you want. Now, when you go and measure your bracelet, how long you want to make it, remember to always include the length of the clasp, okay? So what's fun about this is that when you're adding the links, you can just cry it on your wrist and see if it fits, and just allow that little extra space for the clasp here, okay? That's going to be the extra, and that extra measures... It measures exactly 2 inches, okay? So this clasp is 2 inches long. So just take that into consideration when you do your measurements. Now you can make a necklace, you can make a bracelet, you can really do anything with this, okay? I'm going to show you a necklace I made. This is with copper wire, really long. I did this with 18 gauge and just regular links, and I just went on and on and on until I had the length that I wanted. I also wear this as wrapped. I can wrap it a few times for a bracelet. It's really nice. Okay, so here are the materials you're going to need for this tutorial. You will need a pair of cutters, obviously. You will need round nose pliers to make your little loops. You will need some pliers to hang on to the loops and then wrap, okay? And of course your beads. So grab your 20 gauge wire or 18 gauge wire, any wire you want to use, and cut. You're going to cut 9 lengths, okay? 9 lengths of 4.5 inches each. And that will leave some, like, enough wire left over for you to grab on to do the wraps, and then you'll be cutting off the edge. I would rather have it longer than shorter, because if it's too short, then you're going to be struggling with the wrapping, okay? Now, so go ahead and cut your 9 pieces, and once you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to take all your 9 pieces and then you're going to make a bend, okay? And you measure 1.5 inches from one end. So that's 1.5 inches. You take your pliers right about there, and what you're going to do is just bend it like that, okay? And do that to all 9. So you can take the next piece and just go ahead and bend the next piece. So what you want to do is work as like an assembly line, so that all the pieces are pre-done, so you have the exact or approximate length for every link. You want it to be uniform, okay? Now, once you've done all that, then what you're going to do is you're going to take your round nose pliers, okay? And always when you're going to put your round nose pliers here, I mean, if you do one link here and then one link up here, obviously you're going to have different size link holes there. So try to make sure that you're always putting in the same spot. Maybe you want to use a marker and mark it. Mine are black here, so I won't be able to see it, but I'm going to guesstimate. So I'm going to do my my wraps around about here. I'm going to take my other pliers, I'm going to grab the end, and I'm just going to wrap it around. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. Now, next step, we're going to do 4 wraps. Did I do 4 wraps for this one? Yes, I did. Okay. So you're going to grab the end firmly but gently, not to mar the wire. And then you're going to grab this end here, pull it up a little bit, and then wrap. Okay, and you want nice, tight wraps. And then you're going to wrap again. And you're going to do this 4 times. That's 3. Just going to readjust, make sure I'm holding it firmly, and 4. Okay, so I have 4 wraps here, and I'm going to cut the excess. See how much wire I have left, but I want it to be longer so that I can grab it. Now I'm just going to snip off the end, and then see that little piece sticking up there? What you want to do is just squish that in. Okay. Now, what I suggest is do this to all your wires, okay? And then you move on to the next step. Now, the next step is you grab a bead, okay? Just gonna grab a bead here and place it on there, okay? Now, at this point, you need to have enough room here to make 4 wraps. Now, on my pliers, I know that I have to go right about here. And I want the loops to be the same, so I'm going to make sure that this is facing that way, and then I'm just going to bend 90-degree angle like that. Okay, so look how much space I have. So enough for 4 wraps. Then I'm going to take my round nose pliers right about there, and I'm going to take my wire and just turn it so I have my loop. Next, grab onto the loop and do my 4 wraps. Now, to get your wraps close to that loop, because I have done these links, okay? Links for, you know, when you add at the end of a bracelet, and I always had trouble getting them to look right. So you just pull it up like this, get it as close as you can. Same thing, go like this, get it as close as you can. Take your time. And if you have trouble doing this, believe me, after this bracelet, you're going to be an expert. Okay, so that's 4. And I'm just going to readjust here. Okay, so that's it. And actually, you know what? I made a little bit of a mistake. You're not supposed to wrap it right away. I'm going to show you again. Okay. I'm glad that happened, because that's why we do it in an assembly line, so that we know where we're at. Okay, again, wrap. Make your little coil there, or your little loop. Wrap 4 times. Actually, you know, the first one that you made here, okay, the first one should be like that, just because I have started a bracelet, and because I've already started it, I wasn't supposed to close this one. Okay, this is for the first link. Okay, so I can't use this because it's closed, because I already started my bracelet. Now, where's my pliers here? Keep wrapping. So it's 4 times. Okay, snip, tuck, put a bead on, grab your pliers and place it so you have enough space. You bend, and then right here you wrap it around, and before you finish these wraps you have to click it on your bracelet. Okay, so pretend that this is your first one. I made a few here just so it's not a really long video, and you're just going to add just like this and just click them in like that. And then you're going to grab your wire, your round nose or whatever else you're using, just to grab on and wrap 4 times. And that is it, okay? And you just keep doing that for the length that you want, okay? And again, mine is going to be 8 inches, so I'm doing 7 links. Okay, and then you want to push that in so it's not snagging on clothes or scratching your skin, just like that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 links. Okay, so now we're going to start on the clasp. The clasp is the same principle. We're just going to do something a little different. You're going to wrap as usual like this, okay? And what you're going to do is, this is going to be 1 loop end that I'm going to use for this. Where is it? This one. Okay, see, I just made this one a little bit smaller. And this is going to be a double wrap, okay? So you're just going to wrap as usual. You're going to grab it in. Now you don't want too much space here. You don't want any space actually, because you're going to be wrapping on top of the other wraps. So what you do is you just bend like this right at the end, and you're going to make your circle as usual. So right about here, I'm going to grab my pliers. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to click it in. Okay, and then I'm going to do, this is called a double wrap, and that's what this is. This is a double wrapped link. So same principle, grab it here, and I'm going to wrap around the whole link again, just like that. Just makes it a little bit thicker. Oops. And I bent my wire. Okay. But I'm just going to adjust. I'm going to go on this end and grab from this end. Okay, and now I'm going to snip this off. I'm supposed to hold that so it doesn't go flying like it just did. Okay, and that's one end of the clasp. Now what you can do is you can leave this hole this small, or you can add a jump ring. Okay, just add a jump ring on the end, then you can clasp it on the jump ring if you want. Now for the other side of the clasp, same principle again. Okay, we all did the same bends. Here we're gonna make our loop. Here's my loop. Grab the other side and do my 4 wraps. Oops. Sorry, I'm working in a very tight space here, so it's hard to stay in frame. And there are my 4 loops. I'm going to cut that off. Squish it down. Okay, now this is what's a little bit different, okay? You are going to make your bend like this. Same thing. Now, then you're going to grab something that you can wrap around that's a lot bigger than this, okay? And what that is, I have a special tool for this, but I actually brought all my beads and my wire to work, and I left my bag there over the weekend, so I'm really upset about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of these. It's perfectly round. I am going to wrap this around this thing, okay? And actually what it should do is, I'm actually not going to bend it. I'm just going to bend it a little bit. And I'm going to be just wrapping it around like that. So you have a little loop like that, okay? Now, you need to cut off a little bit of the excess. Right about there. I'm going to make another little bend here, so looks like that. Now here, the end, I just want to finish it off, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my round nose pliers, and the end here, I'm just going to turn it upwards, just to give it a nice little finished look. Okay, just like that. And if you want, you can just squish that together a little bit, just so they touch, but be gentle, otherwise you can just bend it right out of shape. Now this is where the hammer comes in, okay? You get your hammer block, you get your hammer. Now you're gonna hear a lot of banging, sorry for the loud noise, but I'm gonna show you what to do. You just do very light you'll hammer it lightly like this, and this is really to give it some strength. Because if not, it's gonna wobble, open and close, and then it's just eventually gonna snap. So, and if it catches on close or something and you didn't hammer it, it just go open right up. Okay, now that it's hammered, I got a lot more strength to it. Okay, and then you just add it on here. Now I'm going to put a jump ring, attach this together, and my bracelet is done. And that's 8 inches. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to see some more of my things that I make, you can visit etsy.com. And my shop name is Biedermann Jewelry, and I have a few tutorials there, and I have a lot of pendants and bracelets and all kinds of different things there that you can check it out. And you can also find me on Facebook at Jennifer Biedermann. That's it, Jennifer Biedermann Jewelry. Okay, I'm going to leave a couple of links down below so you can click. And again, thank you for watching, and there'll be more videos to come. Bye.